I was speaking with a very wealthy farmer yesterday who has invested quite a lot of millions into farming. And I was sharing my strategy with him. And he said, if I had seen this your strategy, I wouldn't have gone into planting. I've been waiting for over 5 years for my palms to begin to produce, and they have not started producing. If I saw your strategy, I would have gone into it. And needless to say, we're in business currently because we are also helping him go into farming without having to plant. So as you can see on your screen, these are testimonials of people who are already making money from this same strategy. And many of them live abroad. Some of them live in Nigeria. You know, they've never had to get involved for one day with farming anything. Welcome to this page. I believe you're here because you want to see how you can make money from farming quicker than the conventional way. My name is Chukwemeka Okoro, and today I'll be your guide towards learning new strategies around making money from 4 major things. There are more, but we'll be discussing just 4: timber, cocoa, palm oil, cassava. So today you'll be learning new strategies, new systems that we are already using to generate a lot of money for ourselves and also for other people. It's a system that does not really have anything to do with you planting farms and waiting for a long time. It's quite a simple one and everybody can do it. So if you're here right now, you're in the right place. And one of the things I'm going to tell you is pay all attention, okay? And don't skip this video that you will watch it later. Don't do that. I want you to watch it now. You will see the reason why I want you to watch it now as you proceed. Another thing I want you to do for me is to copy the link of this page and share it with someone. Let them watch with you. If you have someone around, you can call them to also watch with you. This will change your life. This will change your finances and change everything about you. Location does not really matter. You can live in Kafanchan and this strategy will work. You can live in US and this strategy will work. You can live in Nigeria and this strategy will work. It is a simple thing, but as simple as it is, not everybody have thought about it. So this is a new strategy that we created. And I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businessman, and also a farmer. Now, the first thing I want to really talk about is farm to wealth. There is no way I can share this strategy with you without giving honor to the platform that has put all of this strategy together. You see, when we brought this whole idea together about this new system of farming that allows just anybody, any location, anytime, anywhere to make millions from farming, we had to call it a name that matches what it is doing. And we called it Farm to Wealth. And the website is farmtowealth.com. And what does this Farm to Wealth mean? Farm to Wealth is a platform that allows just anybody to own a farm. And our goal is 1 million farmers in Africa who don't have to plant a damn thing, who don't have to own the lands or own any infrastructure. All they have is the farmland. So we all agree that farming is lucrative, but not everybody can go into it. So Farm to Wealth has come to make everybody, help everybody make money from the lucrative nature of farming without having to do all the farmers' work. I'm going to go into the boring part real quick so that we can go into the sweet part. Is that okay? And even the boring part you will find exciting because it talks about money as well. The first thing with Farm to Wealth is that Farm to Wealth is in 3 phases, or let me say it's a 3-way street. Okay? We have the farmers. We have 2, the laborers. 3, we have the markets. Marketplace. At the center of it, we have the lazy farmer. The lazy farmer is you. I know you're not lazy, but as regarding this system, for you to make money from this, you have to be a lazy farmer. The lazy farmer is a guy who doesn't go to the farm, but makes money like the farmer who plants. This is Farm to Wealth. There's an education aspect of Farm to Wealth, which is what I'm doing right now, teaching you and explaining all of these things to you, is the education aspect of Farm to Wealth. However, this farmer is responsible for planting. The farmer, that's his job. He plants. He's a farmer. This guy has not come in on board. But when this farmer plants, we meet him and tell him, sir, can we buy your farm? Or can we rent your farm? So I use 2 words. You can either buy or rent. The buying is cassava farms, things like cassava that you have to harvest. The renting are generational crops, which is like palms and cocoa for now. The beautiful thing is this. Let me give you a little bit of explanation. Before farm to wealth, for you to make money from farming or for you to own a farm, you have to plant it and then wait. And this discouraged a lot of people, including myself. For you to own a farm, you have to take a huge amount of money and put it into farming. For you to own a farm, you need to have land. Those of you watching this video right now, if you're watching this video, do you have the kind of land it takes to plant the kind of farm that can make you millions? Do you have the skill? Do you have all of those things? The answer is no to majority of you, because if you had it, you would already be doing it. You're not doing it because you don't have it. So Farm to Wealth was created to bring this strategy to life, where people like you who don't have the infrastructure, the finances, the time, that's something some people are not accounting for, to make money from the lucrative nature of agriculture. They know that farming is lucrative, but they can't make money from it. They don't have the time, they don't have the skill set, they don't have the wherewithal, they don't have the land, they don't have all it takes. Yet, they wish they can make money from farming. And I'm not exaggerating. I and my team, we talk to thousands of people every single week, and the story is the same. I wish I could go into farming. Oh, we have this. Oh, we don't have this. And this is the solution. That there are those who love to plant. There are those who love to farm. Let us allow them to do that. And it's just a value chain. It's like that in every business. You remember the story, let me digress a bit, the story of gold. Gold was discovered, and everybody was chasing gold, trying to get gold, trying to dig gold. It was the survival of the fittest. Everybody's trying to get gold. And then one guy says, instead of going to get gold, what is that thing that the people who are digging for gold need? And he said, they need shovels. They need wheelbarrows. And he started buying wheelbarrows and selling and making money. He didn't dig gold, but he made money from gold. And now we discovered that there are those people who love to farm. There are those who love to dig gold. And there are those who may love to farm but cannot farm. And there are those who don't love to farm. Look at my fingers. People always tell me, your fingers don't look like a farmer's finger. That's exactly what I'm selling. The fact that other people can do the entire job and I don't have to do a bit of it, and yet I make money like a farmer. And that's the same thing I am giving to you. So how does that work? What we do is that we help you own a farm that is mature, that you can start harvesting today. So when I tell you about owning a farm, I mean you will own it now, start harvesting it now, and start making money from it now, be it cassava, palm, cocoa, timber, any of them, and the more crops that we'll be adding. How do we do this? There are farmers who love to plant. Let them plant. Our job is to let them plant and make sure they plant more, which we have already done in Farm to Wealth. Farm to Wealth has done this already. The farmers are ready. They have the crops, they have the land, they have the farms, they have the cocoa, they have the palms, they have all of that. That's their job. You are not those farmers. And they make their money. Where do they make their money from? They don't buy the land. They have the skill sets. They have the time. The things you don't have, they have it all in abundance. And what else don't they have? They don't also have money. They don't get good reward for their labor. So these farmers think that because they are farmers, then they have to process everything they plant. That's what they feel. So we started doing trainings for them and showing them you don't have to process everything. You can stop at planting and let someone else do the buying from you. And this is not new. I'm going to tell you shortly how I discovered this strategy. It's being used by many companies, though they don't sell the farms to you. But many of you who live abroad, when you go to grocery shopping and you're buying fresh goods, what do you think is happening? Someone planted the farm, but he's not processing it. Many other big businesses, big shopping malls are coming to buy those farm produce from them, buying the entire farm from them, harvesting it and taking it to the market. So let the farmers use their skill sets to plant. But because we want to make money as farmers, That's why we did not take our money, take our 1 million naira, 10 million naira, and go to a village and say, I want to buy palm oil and go and sell in Lagos. It takes time. And many of you like soft life. You don't even want to do that. You don't want to be jumping vehicles, driving 911 with gallons of oil, the risk and all of that. You don't want to do that. And what if you go to Lagos and palm oil is selling for a cheaper rate? What happens? So many people think that that's what I'm talking about. No. So what we do is that we meet this farmer, pay him for his farm, buy it at a good rate, incentivize him. So we call this farmer, we tell him, how much farms do you have? Especially with cassava. With palms and cocoa, we don't have issues. They give it easily. But when it comes to cassava, especially recently when Gary's price started hiking, they all felt like they've hung the moon, like they're going to make millions. And when you're coming to buy, you know, they feel like, yeah, they're coming to buy because there's something they see about it. So we started saying, if you sell us a farm of 1 million naira, right? Some of you who have been working with Farm to Well, who already own farms, you don't know that this is a strategy. We will give you an interest-free loan of 1 million naira as well. And those of you who are watching from the abroad, 1 million naira is around $6 something. So if you give us 1 million naira, you have access to an interest-free loan of 1 million naira to plant for the next season. And when it's time, we'll buy from you again at the current market rate at the time. So the farmers are excited because now they get extra money apart from their money. And secondly, we'll give you fertilizers, support. And thirdly, we give you some tools and implements for weed control. When you give them these three things like this, the farmers are excited. And when we do a town hall call, you get a lot of farmers come together and they are willing to give us these farmlands. And that's how we get a lot of farmlands. That's how we get thousands of hectares of farmlands ready for purchase. So what do? We get it at good rates because we want to earn money like farmers, not like businessmen who are buying and selling finished produce. We want to earn money like farmers. We don't want to earn little money. We want to earn good money like farmers. So we buy a cassava farm from this farmer, right, on your behalf. And when we get it from him, for example, you come in, you're like, okay, I want to own a farm, but I don't have the time to plant. I said, don't worry. We have farmer A who has a farmland of 20 plots that is mature, ready for harvest. We'll buy that for you. Now you're excited. You're a farm owner overnight. All the stress taken away. All the time wasted taken away. You now own a farm from farmer A. And now you own 20 plots. Sorry, I have to wipe this off. You have 20 plots that you did not plant. Isn't that amazing? Overnight, you have 20 plots of farmland. Now, when I say plots, I don't mean the land. I just mean the produce on the land. You don't own the land. Okay, so you have to know that. People always ask us that. You now own 20 plots. Amazing. You are excited. You feel like your life is... But now you're wondering, now that I own 20 plots, I'm in the US, I'm in a different state. How do I go about the 20 plots? Farm to Wealth comes in again. Remember, Farm to Wealth has found you a good farm that is worth your money, that will make you money. Now we are sure, because we do that with our experience. We've been around. We know exactly what kind of farms to get. So we've gotten you a farm that will make you money, guaranteed to make you money. And that's the word we use. We don't use lightly. Guaranteed to make you profit. So we've gotten you that kind of farm. And now you're concerned about how to process the farm. Because owning the farm and not processing it is useless. Okay? So now we give you labor. We have also organized a large labor force in our community. And what this labor does basically is to work on any farm we buy. We need to have them on standby so that nothing here is wasted. And that's what we do. We organized the labor. They are just here waiting for when there is a farmland. So we charge you, you pay for this farmland at a very profitable rate. Again, I've told you that. And then you pay a little token to the laborers. For example, a plot of cassava, the labor cost for it is 20,000 naira. And a plot of cassava actually sometimes sells for as low as 70,000 to 84,000. And labor for now is constant at 20,000. So now the laborers take over your farm and they begin to work it. And now to work it is not something that can be done overnight. Because Farm to Wealth is a community that works for a lot of people. We need time. Okay? So how much time do we need to work on that farm? We often tell people between 40, before now it used to be 30 days. But when our capacity, when the demand increased, we said, okay, good. Our capacity has also increased, but we will need around 45 to 60 days for newcomers. And after 45 to 60 days to work on the farm for newcomers, after that, the next step is 30 to 45 days. So now let's say you own 20 plots of land of cassava farm with us, or 100 plots of cassava farm with us. Our capacity per 60 days is around 1,000 to 2,000 plots. That's our capacity currently. So we can process 1,000 to 2,000 plots of cassava farm in 60 days. And let's say you own 100 out of that 2,000 that we can process, which means you own 5% of the entire farm, right? You own 100. We'll tell you, okay, because of how many cassava farms we've sold, we need 45 to 60 days to process your farm. Then the laborers get to work. For every plot you buy, you pay 20,000 naira for the laborers to work on it. They get to work and start processing your farm. As they're processing your farm, you don't have to step in there, you don't have to come in, because again, Farm to Wealth has given you laborers. Amazing, right? The laborers are working. We've vetted them. We know that they know how to do what they do. Now, I'm using cassava for example. There are other crops, and we're going to get to them shortly. Because I know some of you are thinking, what about palm oil? What about cocoa? What about timber? We'll get there. So the laborers work on your farm, right? Remember, you are still the lazy farmer. Lazy farmer in the sense that you're not doing any of the work. And when the laborers are done with your farm, the next problem now is how to sell, because now you're wondering, now that they have finished my cassava and it's now Gary. Don't worry, I'll tell you what each plot gives, what you get from each plot and how to calculate the profit and all of that. Now you're wondering, where do I sell? How do I sell? Since I'm not even around and I've never sold anything in my life, is this how? So now am I going to start drinking the Gary, soaking the Gary in the house? What will I do with it? What will I do with 20 bags of Gary? You know? That's where we come in again. We've created a community of buyers. Now we don't take to open market, because open market is stressful. And that's the geniusness of Farm to Wealth. Instead of carrying the whole of that Gary to open market and be looking for who to sell to, no, we develop loyal customers who buy in bulk. So as this Gary is getting ready, there are people who are waiting. Why are they waiting for us? Because we are farmers. We didn't buy to go and sell. We bought farmlands, meaning we are making more profit than people who are buying to sell, and almost has the same profit as the farmer. So we can do small discount for them, lesser than Mama K sells to them in bags. We can do that little discount, and all of a sudden, the person who buys from someone else becomes a loyal customer, because the quality of our Gary is the best. And then, what again? We give them at a little bit of discounts. Now we have you can have over 50 to 100 to 1,000 people who buy from us. So what that means is that as you've bought a farm, it's being processed. When it's done being processed, there's a market waiting for it to be sold. Is that amazing for you? Good. These are wholesalers, and this is a model that everybody uses. That's the model that Indomie uses. Indomie produces. You don't see them selling one. There are distributors who come to carry it out, and this is the same model we have done with Farm to Wealth. So Farm to Wealth has three things: the farmers who provide the farms for us to buy, the purchase, the laborers who work on the farm, and thirdly, the marketplace where we sell it. And guess what? At the end of the day, we make money from all of this. And this man has owned a farm, processed it without planting, and making farmers kind of money. So where do we get our payment from? Two places. One, these farmers love us because we're doing well for them. So they give us little discounts, right? And once in a while we do this in the community. Sometimes when we buy up to 10 plots, these farmers can give us 1 plot for free. That's ours. And sometimes they can give us an incentive of 5,000 naira per plot. No, those are small things where we get money from. And sometimes we come back to the community even and say, if you can buy 10 plots, we'll give you 1 plot free. So sometimes we dash out the plot. So you might be lucky today to win 1 plot anyway. And where else do we make money? After sales, that's your Gary. Your profit, I'm going to get to profit very soon. Your profit, we take 25% of your profit. Not of your money, 25% of your profit. So let's do a little bit of mathematics here. A little bit of calculation. Just small. I'm not going to stress you. Now, do you see, this is farm to wealth. This is farm to wealth in the nutshell. This is the entire explanation of what farm to wealth means. How do I farm without planting a farm? All those questions that you're asking. Is it possible? Is it Ponzi and all of that? Remember, we're not an investment company. What we do is that we help you own farms. Do you understand what I mean? We help you own farms. That's all we do. And it's amazing how many people are already making money from this. It's amazing how much opportunity already exists in this. And I think everybody can own a farm like this. We've talked about cassava. Let me do a little bit of calculation in cassava, then we'll go to palms and the rest of them. Are you ready for this? Let's go.